Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you an update on the Skaar space station. So this is what I showed last time. So this is the older version, and I asked a question about the platform, this big area over here, whether I should keep that or not, or change it. And it appeared that most of the comments actually said get rid of it and try to do it differently, where this would be the center structure, and also some other options to get into the base. So moving on to the newer version here, quite a bit different than what you just seen there before. So the whole platform is gone now. I did obviously keep a lot of these buildings intact here, but I started to build out some new landing pads around the base and some other things going on here. And I got a different solution for how I'm gonna do the repairing now. I have been extending some areas out here, like on this side over here. This is actually going to lead to a repair bay that's going to be a little bit away from where the actual base is, so you can pull in like a good-sized capital ship and repair it. Other than that, I've did a lot of other things to it. This whole lower section is new. It's a lot of this is very much unfinished yet. It's I got to do a lot of texturing in the area and stuff like that. But I've been trying to add in some little Skaar wreckage junk around the edges of the base too. Basically, I want to Skaarify it a little bit more than where it was at right now. But I'm also thinking about like its function and different other things going on here. So what I did is I added in a landing pad below this structure here, and then there's a bunch of other things going on below here as well. If we now this area also is very much unfinished. I was working at this quite a bit, like restructuring everything yesterday, and what I added in over here are some storage bays lacking the storage. Basically, these are fillers. So you basically fill this with solid container extensions and put the controller where the plus is. And then you have a 320K storage bay. And there's quite a few of these going along this side over here right now. And then on top of that, on the other side here, I've been building out this structure here for to hold Skaar module bays or Skaar modules, basically like that one minor module I have currently. It's kind of a lightweight thing, kind of more of a facing. I tried to make it look like it was attached to the ceiling here, and it's kind of like this one unit that is responsible for docking the whole module, basically. So there's two of these over here right now. This area is unfinished down under here, but what I was thinking about doing is making an alteration and maybe popping in a couple like Helios-sized module bays as well over below here. But again, kind of lightweight. What also needs to take place yet, I got to figure out how I'm going to do the logistics for it, is I do need another elevator over on this side going up into the main base. Now, some other things. So it's kind of a mixed bag right now because a lot of this is unfinished down over here and not textured and things like that. So things will hopefully look better as time goes on here, and I gotta do a lot more texturing even on the bottom side of all this stuff here. I did move the lower solar panel down a little bit so it would avoid all the other stuff that's in the way. And yeah, I'm hoping this works out pretty good. Now on the inside too, I did add in some more function in here. Obviously, this area is very, very much undone and untextured, not exactly super pretty to look at yet. But I added in another 4 320K storage bays there and one more over here as well, plus 2 more slots here for constructors or deconstructors, kind of like the other 6 that are out over there. So we still have our 4 furnace bays, and then there's also an area where you could add, I guess, up to 6 small constructors in here. Again, I got to do a lot of texturing and stuff like that. I was just kind of working on the layout of the base right now and trying to make sure everything works. I did pop in an elevator out in this section over here too, which will get you up to the farm. You can come in from the farm from the other side as well. Again, this area is not finished either. And then this goes up to the Pentaxid farm, which is also not finished. Yeah, I got a lot more interior work to do, and then this little catwalk goes out to where the all the power stuff is going to be, all your engineering parts and things like that. And then there's still kind of this unusual path that goes kind of right through the middle of the base area here, and then our big solar array. So that's kind of what it's looking like at this point in time. And again, this is taking a little while to do. I did work on the hangars as well. So they got their first run on textures. Don't mind where the core is sitting right now. It's just temporary. So I'll have to do like round 2 on detailing the hangar space. But you can kind of see how the flow of this is going to go. Basically, you're pretty much going to mostly be in this area here, which is your big production area. If you kind of follow this around, you can go up to the farm on either side of the room, or you could walk down this area, which is more of the production. This goes out to the hangar, which will ultimately go out to the engineering area, and this is going to go out to the repair bay for like CV repairs and stuff like that. So a lot of modifications were made since the last time I showed it, and I got just kind of building like pieces, like this thing over here is like a part, and same thing with these module kind of lightweight sort of module bays. Now the big thing about this, so this is all open, and I can't really seal it with this design here, like make it airtight. And I don't know if that's the best way to go or not, because it kind of forces you when you dock a module bay and you walk out through the front door of it, and all this will line up properly and everything to Skaar module bay. You're just sort of still outside. You're still in space. But I kind of like that look of being industrial and stuff. And once I get this all done too, it's going to have a lot more going on with the ceiling and some more beams and stuff. And I've been trying to work on a lot of that, trying to build some interesting looking framework and stuff, kind of holding this together. And I might have something like go along here to make it look structurally sound. Right now it does look like it has a kind of a big weak point over where this is kind of sitting off to the side, and this goes through, and the only thing really hooking it up for anything is this little catwalk kind of bridge that goes from the one building to the other. And also this from the top view, it's looking like this right now, and I'm thinking I might do something more with landing pads on this general section over here as well, or maybe modify that angled one over there, make it a little bigger or something. There is some more room to put in a little more landing space there. But yeah, that is kind of where it's at right now. Very it's not exactly what I intended on building when I started this project. It's came out to be something kind of a lot different, but I think it should work. It's gonna give you your maximum solar that you can do on a base. A lot of farming, a lot of production, a lot of places to park things. Just because it's not the big platform design like it was before, you're not really going to be parking much in CVs on it. Maybe one over here if you could fit something, but a lot of places for like SVs. I don't think too many people are flying HVs in space, so it's probably not a thing. But yeah, anyway, just a weird looking space station. But I'm kind of liking it. I sort of got. I was kind of a little sad with it before too. It was like I didn't know exactly what to do with this, and I was thinking, man, that is a lot of blocks if I make all this reality, and then it kind of looks weird and stuff like that. And I think this new format just looks better. It works out better. It's not going to have the same, you're not going to park the Megalodon on this or anything like that, but it'll work as a base, and it'll save a lot of material costs in the process, not having that big platform on there. And as I keep on going, I keep on detailing more and more things on here, and I'll try to get it all spiffy and sharp and stuff all over the place. A lot more texturing was done since the last time too, but it's crude right now. Like it needs I did like partial texturing, and I got to do like a detail layer of texturing over what's here already. I was trying to leave some of these creases in here and just mess with the color a little bit and stuff like that, but I don't know if it's I'm liking that or not. I was trying to keep some lines in place, but different things like that. Other than that, I think this should work out pretty good. I forgot to mention one last room in here was this small crew area up at the top, and that's pretty much it. So you shouldn't really get lost in here. It's pretty much just kind of walking from one side to the other. And there's 2 floors in, or 2 or 3 floors in a lot of it, and then there's this whole lower section. Again, the flow of this is a little bad right now because there's only one elevator coming down this side, and there's no elevators anywhere out in this vicinity yet. But I definitely want to get something coming up to the surface here and figure out how I'm going to work that out in the process here. And then, yeah, again, a lot more detailing is needed all around here. It's pretty crude at the time, but at least you get an idea of the overall shape of it and how this is going to turn out. It's going to have, again, despite being really weird and stuff, it should work pretty good as a player space station that can do like all the stuff you'd want out of more of a production / farming base, and then be able to park some things around too. In various places, quite a few different places on here to park stuff, which I kind of liked. And some of these ideas I borrowed from other space stations that I made, like the Hephaestus had a lower landing deck, and I thought it looked really cool. I was kind of like, I wanted to see what the visuals would look like walking down in here, especially, it's hard to imagine because so much stuff it's not lit, it's not textured in so many places yet, but it's kind of neat when you're walking through here and you kind of see like the big hanging solar array on the one side there, and I'm trying to make the bottom side of this look kind of neat too. So it's going to have a lot of things going on with the bottom there, little creases and stuff to kind of make it look like it's decking. But again, a lot more work needs to be done and all that. It just takes quite a long time texturing everything and a lot of planning too. I was sitting there quite a bit trying to figure out exactly how I was going to proceed on this one, and finally just started getting things together. But anyway, next time you see it, hopefully a lot more will be done, and I really want to focus on this bottom side, and then I got to really focus on the interior. But the interior's sort of started in places, at least I kind of got the base work of the hangar and some of the base stuff going on in this area. I just got to do a lot of texturing, detailing, lighting, making it pretty, add in things to make it look pretty, and just a lot of pretty stuff. But as in storage right now, what it may come stock with is it looks like we have 14 320K storage bays in here. And I haven't really put in much in like turret positions at all. In fact, I haven't even got to that area yet. So I'll probably add in some miscellaneous turret positions as well. But I'll leave the turrets off just to keep the build cost down on the creation and the CPU, of course, too. So with all that storage in place, it's kind of it's not accurate right now because a lot of those constructors and the furnaces won't come in here stock, so the build time will drop, and the CPU cost will drop when I do release it by a decent margin. I'm expecting this to probably want at least a basic CPU core in here stock, and then I'll definitely provide places to bring it all the way up to a Core 9 or even beyond, I suppose. I don't know what you'd do with it with all that CPU, but there's a lot of room in that building over there, so I can fit the shield, a spot for a shield, a spot for more generators, CPU blocks, fuel, O2, all that fun stuff. And then you'd have a pretty good sized farm with a separate pentaxid farm, and again, a pretty big production area, so you can just kind of do a lot of stuff at once and be right in here. And not to mention, this whole center area is kind of set up where there could be things in the middle of the room, and a couple of things that this is lacking right now, like you're probably not seeing the armor repair, armor locker, med bay, and stuff like that. That'll take place, and it'll be in this general area as well. I'll have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. Some things could be in the center, and I might work out some wall area in one of these areas for like medical bay or whatnot. So I just kind of want to show you where I'm at with it right now. Believe it or not, this is probably about 6, 7, 8 hours of work since this the older version, and a lot of it was just trying to, a lot of planning phases. Obviously, I cut this the crane out of here as well. I might try to do some kind of mechanical arm that looks like it could grab something, but I guess that was going to be a lot of blocks that really wouldn't grab anything. So what I've got are these instead, which actually do something and basically hold at least the Skaar module. And again, I'm kind of guilty. I only have one module for Skaar that I've made, and that is the Miner 49er. So that's a mining module, but it could have like a storage module or something like that. But I'm thinking if I put in some larger bays down under here and kind of follow the same format of not a huge amount of blocks, not building up the structure a whole lot, but kind of having things hanging down in there, and get a couple Helios modules in there. The Helios are a lot bigger, and you can fit a lot more in a Helios module than you can a Skaar module. Which is kind of nice if you want to do a lot of storage or maybe a secondary farm or even some kind of combat something or other. Yeah, weird base, but kind of fun. I just wanted to do something way different than the past space stations. Every space station I do, I try to do like totally different than the last one, and this is no exception. This is very unique from any of the other stations I've made, at least. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that real quick, and let me know your thoughts, any other ideas. Obviously plan things, a couple Helios module bays in here, maybe some more storage fillers. I haven't got into the 640K storage bays because I was trying to keep this compatible with vanilla and Reforged Eden, and that's I don't know. I'm trying to be kind of nice, and something like a base. It's not that hard to make it dual compatible, and I'd hate to like slap it in with a bunch of 640 controllers, which I prefer to do actually, but then that would waste all that storage if you use this in vanilla. And vanilla charges a lot of CPU for storage versus Reforged Eden, so it's just not a good thing. It would kind of kill it for being able to be used in vanilla if I did do that. So that's kind of why I'm avoiding the 640K storage bays, unless it's going to be a Reforged Eden specific creation, which I do as well. It's just when I can, I try to get something out there for vanilla as well. But anyway, other than that, you all have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you later.